Hi, welcome back to the mat. My name is Jess and I do things a little bit different. So I teach yoga in my pyjamas. And if you are new here and you're an absolute beginner, then you're in the right place. My mission is to help you to build confidence so that you can attend a class, whether that be online or in person. And who knows, maybe you'll join us and practice with us in your pyjamas in the mornings very soon. But for now, I just want to go through a couple of postures with you. So really short class, just a few minutes for yourself this morning or whenever you're practicing this. And this is something that you can do without any equipment. I personally always sit on a block when I practice. So if you have got a yoga block or a cushion, maybe take a moment to get comfy. But most importantly, just make sure that you feel ready for your practice and you can arrive in your space. So let's take a moment, just close down the eyes or drop the gaze. And I just want you to give yourself permission to be present for this practice. This is time that you've gifted yourself. So take a moment to arrive. Notice your breath, the length and the pace of the breath. See if you can find a gentle, even inhale and exhale. Nothing forced. And you can use Ujjayi breath. If you're not familiar with Ujjayi, you can go and watch the Ujjayi breath video. For now, just find a gentle, even pace. So keeping the eyes closed or the gaze soft, just start to sway gently side to side. We're just going to start to warm up the spine, the hips, the shoulders. I want you to feel into the body. So there's no right or wrong here, just listening to your body. And gently moving, maybe side to side, forwards and backwards, or taking a little bit of a circle with the rib cage over the hips. And bring yourself back to center. So I'm going to invite you to bring your hands to heart center. And before we start our practice this morning, take a moment to set your intention. What is your intention for this time on the mat today? It doesn't have to be complicated. Being here is enough. Maybe being present or just breathing or slowing down. Just set that intention. And when you're ready, gently lifting the gaze. Give the shoulders a little roll out. Just check in with how everything's feeling. If you've got crunchy shoulders, that's completely normal. We don't have any judgment for ourselves on the mat, just gratitude. So no judgment for our bodies, but instead gratitude for everything that our bodies are able to do. So if you're using a blanket, you can pop it across the mat to protect your knees, give them a little bit of extra padding if you want to. We are going to be in tabletop. You could also fold your mat over, so you could actually find a little bit of extra padding just by folding the back of your mat. And I'm going to bring you into tabletop. So wrists are under shoulders, hips are over the knees. And I want you to think about spreading your fingers nice and wide, pushing your fingertips into the ground. And just find a bit of gentle movement here. So again, it might just be circles. I really want you to tune into your body and how it feels. So maybe circles, maybe it's forward and back. Maybe it's a figure of 8. And you're warming up all your joints here. So feel your wrists, your shoulders, your hips and your knees. And then from here, with your breath, so tune it into that breath once again. And when you're ready to take an exhale, I want you to come from the center and sink all the way back, your bum toward your heels, and you're coming into child's pose. You can extend the arms out in front if you want a really nice stretch through the shoulders. Drop the gaze, relax the head. And there's so many options here. So either sinking down with the arms long, you can take the hands under the head in a pillow, An option that I really like is elbows on the ground and the hands behind the neck. So you get a really lovely stretch through the upper arms. Most importantly, keep breathing. And don't worry if your bum's not all the way back down towards your heels. You might even need a cushion underneath. And when you're ready, push back up. We're going to stay here in tabletop and we're going to take a really gentle leg lift. So keep yourself square so your bum stays over your knees. And then you're going to extend your left leg. So left leg is long. And when you're ready, inhale, lift the toes, keep the leg long, take the gaze up. On your exhale, either just drop your toe to the ground or hug your nose in towards your knee. So inhale into rise and reach up. Exhale into fold in or to replace the foot down to the ground. We're just going to do a couple of breaths. So if it means the leg doesn't go as high and your leg is still long, that's absolutely fine. Try not to bend into the knee. The next time that you exhale, gently bring that knee back down to the ground. We're going to go over to the other side. So if the wrists are feeling a little bit tired, come up and give them a little stretch. So you might want to do some circles, some figure of eights, stretch out the fingers. So you're only doing what you feel capable of doing today and celebrating what you are doing rather than worrying about something being too much. Everything will come in time. This is why we call it practice. So right leg is long. Stack yourself up safely. Fingers are spread wide. Push into your fingertips so the weight's not all in your wrists. And again, with your inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale to release or to tuck in. Keep moving with your breath. So you don't need to be in time with me. Let the breath be the guide. If you notice that you're shifting forward or back and you're not stacked up, adjust yourself. We're coming into the last breath. So releasing back down to the ground. And again, sink all the way back. Find child's pose, your variation, whatever feels right for you. And again, check in with the wrists. So another thing that I quite like here is just to start to push up onto the fingers and lift the wrists. Take a breath. And then just gently start to walk yourself back up. So you can either sit back onto the heels, you can sit back onto the feet if that feels good and you enjoy that stretch through the feet, or you can bring yourself onto your bum. So we're going to make our way now into our next posture. Remember, this is only a short practice, so we're just going to take a couple of postures, and this means we can easily fit this into our day. And this is what I'm all about, making this accessible, making it possible to fit into busy days. So coming onto your bum now, check in with the wrists again just to make sure everything feels happy. And then we're going to come into a forward fold. So keeping your toes lifted up towards the ceiling, your legs do not have to be straight. So if you've got a bend in the knees, absolutely fine. You're going to lengthen through the spine. So get nice and tall. Imagine someone pulling you up through the crown. Relax your shoulders. Now this might already be enough. If this feels a lot for you, bring your hands to your hips, sit nice and tall. Now I've popped a blanket under the back of my bum, and what this does is it helps me to sit up taller. So without the blanket, I would be having to actively pull myself up, and this just gives me a little bit of help. And it's not underneath the whole of my bum, it's under the very back, so my sit bones are still grounded. But if this is enough, breathe here. Come back into that gentle, even inhale and exhale. And if you do want to start to fold forward, on your inhale, lift and lengthen. Create more space by lifting your crown as the hands come overhead, and then tuck your tummy in, and as you exhale, bring yourself into your fold. So as you inhale, rise and reach up. As you exhale, fold forward, tuck the tummy in, make some space. We'll take a couple more breaths. We're just establishing movement with breath right now, and noticing how far you come down. And of course, don't expect anything from your body. Instead, tune in and see what feels good. So as we come into this next exhale, I'll invite you to sink in and hold. So you might have the hands on the shins, you might have the hands on the ankles, or maybe you can touch the toes. But don't worry if you're nowhere near your toes. That is not our goal. Our goal is to feel into what is right for you right now. So wherever you are, notice how the body's feeling. Where do you feel the sensation? If it's in the back of the legs feel extremely tight. Just see what happens when you soften your knees, and that might allow you to actually go a little bit deeper. So you might be able to drop the upper body down a little bit deeper as you soften the knees. Try to keep the toes lifted and keep breathing. So if you notice that as you come into the hold, you're holding your breath, come back to that breath, that same pace. And bring your breath into the area of the body that you feel the most sensation. So that might be the legs, it might be through the spine. When you're ready to release, you're going to come up on your next inhale, no rush. So lift all the way back up. And as you exhale, just drop the hands down behind you. You can point the toes, lift the nose. See if you can bring the shoulders closer together. And then shake the legs out and bring yourself back into your comfy seat. So as we come back, just thinking about our practice. So super short, accessible, but also a really lovely practice because we've worked on both a back bend. So as we lifted the leg, we were taking the back in this direction. And then we've also come into a forward fold. So we've taken the spine in both directions. We've also strengthened through the joints and all of those lovely muscles that we've used today. So just making sure that you put in something into your day is going to give you so much. And now to close the practice, I want us to take a moment to breathe together. So maybe close down your eyes once again or drop the gaze. You can bring the hands back to the hearts. Take a moment just to give gratitude for breath and body. So whatever you were able to do today, celebrating the movement, celebrating the fact that you showed up, and come back to that intention. Maybe that's something you can carry with you when you leave the mat today. So when you're ready, lift in the gaze. We'll bring hands into prayer. So to close the practice, we'll say namaste. That means the light in me honours the light in you. And I hope that you enjoyed our short practice today. Do subscribe so you can find more videos, and also you can start to increase your knowledge and your confidence on the yoga mat. I'll be here in my pyjamas when you're ready to watch the next video. See you soon.